Good evening humans, Tyrannosaurus Moth here, and tonight we're looking at the SH Figuarts Ultraman Guide Primitive New Generation Edition. If you saw my Momotaros review, you know that I really like the SH Figuarts stuff, and they've got a lot of great ones coming out this year, so I'm looking forward to reviewing some more. As for Ultraman, I got into it way back in the mid-early 90s, somewhere in there, from when they did the American series, and that was really one of my kind of eye-opening experiences to tokusatsu in general, aside from Power Rangers. So Ultraman has always held a special place for me, even though I haven't seen as many of the seasons or series as I think I should have. And Guide is actually on the top of my list. I haven't been able to watch it yet, but it is on NoMBe, so I will do that. So without further ado, let's do this. Kicking things off, we're going to look at aesthetics as we always do, and just like the last time with the Momotaros figure, super clean is pretty much the best descriptor I have for the SH Figuarts stuff. This one absolutely continues in that vein. So really clean lines everywhere. Please excuse my lighting. I'm trying to figure out a better way to do this as I go along. And not only that, but you got some really cool translucent effect with the eyes and the color timer. And I just think that adds just a whole new, literal dimension to it. Not only that, but the silver is a really nice shade, very much show accurate. From everything I've seen from all the Ultramans, and silver and red being a huge component of that aesthetic, and this just absolutely nails it. Beyond that, sculpt and proportions are great. I got the back fin here. They also broke it up in such a way that it does not hinder articulation, which really makes me super happy. I mean, not only that, you got this little thing back here, so it keeps your silhouette, and it goes away when you tilt the head up. But I'll get into that more in articulation. So that being said, that's all I gotta say about the aesthetics. And getting into accessories, we can see that Ultraman doesn't come with a ton, and you know what? It works. It doesn't need a lot. Ultraman's character, or has been a various series of characters that really rely more on their abilities than weapons for the most part. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off, we'll start with the hands, since those are the things we get the most of. On the figure, when you take it out of the package, you get 2 fists. After that, you get these claw hands, great for action poses. Then you get your relaxed hands. And then finally, your chopping hands, / the hands for the signature move. Beyond that, you get 2 color timers. Blue comes on the figure, and then you get red. And to go with that red color timer, I'm so afraid of losing that because it's tiny, you get the red eyes to match that red color timer. And that is it for accessories. Okay, now let's talk articulation. This one does take a little bit of work, partially because the feet are kind of small, so getting him to stand can be an issue, but it just takes practice, as like any highly articulated figure will. And SH Figuarts, where they employ a bunch of different schemes, that is absolutely doubly true for. So, getting into the basics of the articulation here, we have a little bit of ball joint here and here at the base of the neck, so we get some really nice bearing of the chin. And as I pointed out in aesthetics, this little fin piece on the back does move in, so you can look pretty much all the way up. As much as you need to, you can definitely get your flying poses out of that. Coming down the shoulders, we have a butterfly joint, which is a little bit front to back, and then you get a little bit up and down there too. Let me adjust my light here so it's a little bit more in line. There we go. No bicep swivel, but we do have our double jointed elbows, so we get some pretty good range there. We get a ball joint in the hands, so we can go all the way around. You can go up and down. You can pretty much go wherever you want with that. I love these types of joints. Kind of the diaphragm. And we got some really nice side to side. You can crunch forward really well. You can crunch back really well, which again, like I said in aesthetics, they just sculpted it so the fin on the back doesn't hinder any of that, which is absolutely brilliant, I think. Then we get another piece right here at the hip, not so much side to side, that's really more to assist with your crunch. Coming down to our hips, as you can see, we got a cut right there, and that allows us to come out, and you have to move those thigh pieces a little because of how they're cut here. So you might have to move that to the back a little bit. It takes a little bit of work, but you get some really nice out there, so you can get some pretty good kicks. Come all the way forward. Some okay back, like certainly more than some other figures. Obviously you got your thigh cut here, again, just being wary of this piece right here as it comes up. Then got our double jointed knees, so not coming quite all the way to the body, but comes pretty far up. And then finally down to the feet, where we have another ball joint, so we can come forward and point the toe pretty well, and you get a lot of rocker from that. A little bit of hindrance in and part of the learning curve for the articulation here is there's like no boot cut or mid shin cut or anything like that, so you're gonna have to use go mainly off the foot and the thigh. And finally you just get this the toe hinge, which goes really far, which I haven't used yet, but I'll try to experiment more with that as time goes on. So that would be, if I can get him to stand again, once again, it's a little bit of work. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, it's kind of awkward pose, but I did it. Awesome, that's articulation. So rounding things out with a quick round of scaling, we're going to start off with Belial here, who is also from the Ultraman Guide series. So you can see two characters from the same show, both SH Figuarts, how they scale together, which is really nice. And then let's throw in Momotaros from my review a few weeks ago. So we can see a SH Figuarts Kamen Rider character. And then moving on to our Marvel Legends. Going from there into a monster character, so let's look at Lord Zed from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and a non-monster character, but the G.I. Joe Classified Series Red Ninja. And lastly, let's look at a Godzilla Sofubi I have, because Ultraman's all about fighting monsters. And lastly, me as an articulated icons ninja. So my final thoughts on this SH Figuarts Ultraman Guide figure: absolutely fantastic. It just deepens my love for both the SH Figuarts figures and Ultraman figures. This is the first Ultraman figure I've actually owned since the early to mid 90s when that US show was on, and obviously that one was nowhere near as articulated or as nicely done. So it's really kind of a cool thing to come around. So if you have an opportunity to get this, absolutely do. I believe it is still up at Big Bad Toy Store, so I will link to there, as well as one or two other stores. I usually link Entertainment Earth. I know Tokulectables tends to carry these things, so I will probably link to them as well if they have it. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this whole thing. This probably won't end up being my cleanest review, but I'm glad I got through it. And hopefully it was entertaining and informative, mostly informative. And if you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, share this in subreddits and stuff, and whoever wants to know about this. Beyond that, if you want to support the channel in other ways, I will have a Ko-fi link in the description, as I usually do, or I've added it to most of my videos. So if you want to, just support. I don't have a Patreon because I just don't think I do enough to have a Patreon yet. You can do so there, or alternatively, I record music as Transdusk. The opening theme and ending theme are always me. So if you dug that, I am on Spotify. Just go on Spotify, listen to my albums. Every little bit helps, and hopefully you dig the music as well. So yeah, thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic evening. I hope you are doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.